Hello and welcome back to Raze Gaming, a more title update for Wilds. With the introduction of GOG and the new Artian meta alongside the update of Arch-Tempered Jin Dahad, which already dropped. Before we can even get to Switch X, we got a lot to talk about. In regards to AT Jin, you've got, say, the Agitator Talisman, the new upgrade getting you to level 3, so that's 3 levels of Agitator on one guaranteed talisman. That's fantastic. But then you have the chest piece, which provides 2 levels of Agitator and 2 level 2 decoration slots, which is basically very efficient for our purposes. But then that goes alongside the new Gogma weapons, which is just a massive meta jump, with much bigger numbers in regards to your raw, awesome element potential, and the new sets that are possible thanks to those active skills. But then for Switch X, specifically with Title Update 4, we obviously had some big changes, some of the most out of all the weapons. Things like your counter with the sword, it can now be changed into a sidestep. Plus, it has increased invulnerability to knockback and can be quickly changed into an evade. This works out as a lot of interrupting your own counter to not get stuck in that awkward double swing and instead go into a better combo in many cases. You can also evade to cancel out of a charging unbridled or full release, and chain into an evade post zero-sum discharge finisher. Little things like your morph combination from the focus strike, it's more reliable to actually land, and the raw damage is up. Not too relevant is the unbridled slash raw damage being increased, but other beneficial things like element scaling from multi-hit attacks and raw damage has been increased for element discharge and zero-sum discharge. Your spiral burst slash from the axe, the raw of that's up. Raw damage has been increased for your downward fade slash, the morph double slash, and morph rising double slash. And your evade morph slash from moving and attacking. Great for gap closing, that raw is up too. Most impactful out of all of them though is the raw damage being increased for your sword mode, overhead slash, right rising slash, and left rising slash. They also increased the raw of Heavenward Flurry, which will definitely be doing to charge up the weapon still, but this majorly affects your kind of meta DPS loot. So overhead slash into right, into left rising slash, and then repeat is now an incredible, arguably optimal DPS option. And it hits harder the further you go, with the left rising slash actually hitting the hardest, so you want to make it through all 3 swings and then reset and do it again. That doesn't mean you're not using full release. You absolutely still want to smash full release into an ideal hit zone when given the chance. But with the pauses between that having to lead probably into a spiral burst, there are scenarios where you'll full release twice in a row, but there are plenty of times where we're just kind of triangle spamming, and this is very forgiving because you can pull out the sword counter whenever you need to in that context, or move around in subtle ways or major ways with morph attacks. So it's a lot less animation locky as a weapon, which is really nice, but at the same time, the reality is now just pressing a lot of triangle for myself instead of full releasing constantly. It's a better